Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you for joining us on Agents of Marvel. We're back for our holiday kickoff episode.
Yes.
Coming to you live from the Stream.tv studios in Hollywood, California. Guys, we got some really choice Marvel stuff to discuss today. We're going to talk about the Yo-Yo Rodriguez spinoff, Slingshot from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're going to get into the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer and some Guardians of the Galaxy news. So let's kick it off. I'm going to throw it to Madison Brunoehler.
What up, everybody? It is Madison Brunoehler, also known as Maddie to the Max, here on Stream TV, and Tatiana's not here today. Sad face, missing the other half. She is the glue that holds us together, but we shall carry on because Marvel is awesome.
Clement's just one part of that three of the glue. No, just messing around, guys. We're happy to have you back. Tatiana is currently flying to Texas. Tatiana, we miss you. Get to Texas safe, and we'll see you back in the new year.
Yes.
All right, so let's kick it off. We're going to get rid of the S.H.I.E.L.D. recap because obviously it's on hiatus right now, and we're going to go straight to TV-verse.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Slingshot spinoff.
That was so good. Oh my gosh.
So good.
That was so good. I was so, it snuck up on me, like I had heard about it, and then suddenly I saw someone post a link for it, and it was like all the episodes. I was like, I'm just gonna binge watch all of this, and it was beautiful. It was so good.
It was so nice. I watched all of it on my lunch break.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I was like, wait, where's the 7th episode?
Yeah.
Why can't I see more?
Yeah.
And for putting in 6 minutes, they crammed a lot in 6 minutes. And they essentially bridged everything that happened before season 4 and a little bit after.
Yeah, like they really set up some things that you never even thought to think about.
Right.
With it, like when Fitzsimmons were looking for a house or an apartment to rent with a breakfast nook, like in the beginning of what season are we on?
Season 4.
Yeah, at the beginning of season 4, and that was set up in this. It was so brilliantly set up.
It was so well done. So you saw that it was actually because of her that they moved in together.
Yeah.
And they were trying to look for the bricks and nuts in the car.
I know.
Leading to her going to the apartment
and
where
finding
Daisy was there.
I know. It was so good.
Like just the Easter eggs, just everything listening it together was so well done.
Absolutely.
Joe Quesada, CCO of Marvel, directed the first episode, and it was really well packed.
It was.
And it was really emotional between the relationship between Coulson and Elena.
Yeah.
Like, I was very, very impressed with that. I want to see him actually direct a full episode.
That would be great. That would be so cool. I mean, the scene, the part where he gave her Peggy Carter's pin, I guess anything Peggy Carter related chokes me up.
Right.
Because I have so many feelings for Peggy and the unfulfilled story that she has, and then just be like, this was originally Peggy Carter's pin at the founding of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was like, and then you gave it to Yo-Yo, and
like, I was just listening to it, I was just watching it, I was like, Peggy Carter! It was like,
always.
So well done.
Always.
And they also layered in everything with Victor Ramon, the villain from season 3 when we first met Elena as an Inhuman.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's actually a very interesting way to go in and kind of continuing everything from the Civil War storyline to Slovakia Accords.
Yeah.
Like, for 6 episodes, they did a lot.
I know. Like, when she actually signed the Accords, I was like, oh, this is big. This is a big deal that you just signed the Accords because you know the entire backstory, and then also what comes afterwards.
Putting her in direct conflict with her going after Ramon.
I know.
Like, really well done.
So good.
I need to pause for a minute. Well done, ABC. Well done.
Absolutely well done.
I also how, coming from a marketing background, I love how they put it on the ABC Watch app. They put it on the ABC website, and they put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, that is genius.
Yeah.
Like, genius. So you can watch all 3 directions. They made it super available for people to watch.
Which was really nice, because a lot of times it's like, you want to watch this thing, but it's like, it's only on one spot, and only if you have a cable net provider. It's like, oh my gosh, really? But this was just so easy.
Right.
And it was lovely. It was so lovely.
And I'm going to say this, Natalia, who plays Elena.
Yeah.
She needs to be a star. She needs more.
Absolutely.
She needs more.
So great.
Like lead roles.
Yeah, this was so great to actually see her in the lead role spotlight for this because she hardly gets enough time to shine on S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
So it was great to see her take the focus of something.
Right.
Because, oh my gosh, she's such a good actress.
She was so good.
She's such a good actress.
Like, even the interplay between her and Mace, how short it was. She was like, he was like, I need your John Hanks. She's like, what is that? He's like, just your signature. And it was just like,
just sign it. Just sign it now. Your thumbprint and a retinal scan. And seeing Mace with her for the first time, it was like, after everything that we've gone through with Mace, and then go back to the beginning,
it
was like, oh, okay, rewind.
And I gotta say, they really expanded on the relationship between her and Daisy.
Yes.
Which I've always wanted to see, like, okay, they had a good relationship in season 3.
Yeah.
But it wasn't deep.
Yeah.
And then you see in season 4 that they've actually been working together at the beginning of it, and now you see what led to that and how emotional their relationship is.
Yeah.
That's like her left arm, her best
Totally,
friend.
because when it first was revealed in season 4 that Yo-Yo was working with Daisy, it was like, really? Like, how does this work? Like, I would never have thought that Yo-Yo would have sided with Daisy because I didn't really feel that bond beforehand. So this was really nice to really establish that
Right.
bond and why that was there and why she was helping Daisy.
Right.
Which was great. I love that.
I loved it, and I also love the fact Cinda Rain in our YouTube stream says like how much Spanish she actually got to speak in the show.
Yeah.
They really put that front and center, and I was like, man, they were really good. Like I'm just listening to it, like I was like actually like looking at a spreadsheet, and I was like, wow, I kept on going. I'm like, this is really good.
Yeah.
This is like 6 episodes wasn't enough.
No.
I want to see more. I want to even see one episode before she was an Inhuman.
Yes.
And like what happened to her leading up to
How did she
it.
become that? Like, what was
Well,
her...
we know how, but
yeah,
like,
we know
yeah.
how, but like, what was she actually doing in that
Right.
moment, and how did that then affect her, and all
And you saw
all
why
that.
she was so mad at Mac too.
Yeah.
Which I
Absolutely.
was like, okay, now I understand.
Yeah, now I understand.
I was like, I'm gonna put it, Mac, you're my boy. Henry Simmons, you're my boy, but you gotta give the love sometimes a little bit. Do you hear me?
Absolutely.
You hear me? Give it to me.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, and our major,
Yo-Yo Mac.
right? And
That's
our
what's
camera
up.
op, Major Latimer, he agrees with us.
Yeah.
It's all good. All right, so are we all set with Slingshot? But I gotta say, I want to see more. ABC, I want to see more of this.
Yes.
I would download all the episodes on my phone and watch them. Like going back to DC next week, I just want to watch it. I might even rewatch it tonight.
Yeah.
Like it was literally so good.
Oh, and
Everybody
the
I
part,
talked to said it was
the
so
part
good.
where the guy fired off that beam at her, right? And she yo-yos
Yeah,
away
and
from it,
and then-
it hits the other guy that she had just decided, you know what, I'm not gonna kill him.
Right.
And I'm not gonna take that step. And to have that, just her slip out of the way of him and him getting hit, and you see him disintegrate. It's like, wow, that
Yeah.
just happened, didn't it?
There was also a cameo from Stan Lee via photograph.
I
was
did
like,
see that. I did
so
see that. I was
good.
like, oh,
I
you
was like,
sneaky.
oh, this is
You're
like-
so sneaky.
was
I
just
saw
like,
that.
so well done.
That was so beautiful. I was like, why
Like,
does,
okay, I gotta-
why does Coulson have a picture of Stan in his box though? I mean,
Right.
like, does he just have that framed on his desk?
Right. I also love how he had the axe too. He brought out the axe.
Yes.
And he was just like, I never know when I'm gonna need it.
It's
so
my
good
lucky
memories.
charm. It's my
It
lucky
was
charm.
So good.
Just in case I need to cut off the other hand, it's always there.
Right, exactly. Cut off the other hand of Hydra, but Hydra's dead. But
Really?
I'm just gonna say, let's move on. But another applause for Slingshot.
Yes. Well done.
Well done. Very well done. I might even talk about it later. All right, so
All
let's
right.
keep on going. So, what are your favorite TV moments from 2016?
From 2006, I mean,
Marvel
there was
TV moments, I'm
all
gonna
the
say.
Marvel TV moments. Well, anything Fitzsimmons related at all on S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean,
I know you're all about Fitzsimmons.
Every hug that they have is just near and dear to my heart. It's everything is good about Fitzsimmons. Please don't turn it into a weird drama. I don't want a weird drama. Just let them have a breakfast nook together and that'd be happy. So anything, like every hug, like when they reunited, that hug was just so, it was such a relief
Right.
for me as a fan and to them, the characters. It was
Right.
just like, this is who they're supposed to be with. And
Right.
I really love that. I also, for Luke Cage, I love the moment when they actually managed to get him into the original costume. That was so slick
I look
and
like a
so
damn
well
fool.
done. That was just beautiful. I was like, you guys actually managed to get him into his original costume,
Right.
which makes no sense,
then
and it made sense.
Right, and it wasn't like super cheesy.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, I'm in the Luke Cage outfit from the 70s.
I know.
It was more like, I look like a damn fool.
I know.
Like, it was so
It was
good.
so good.
was
Oh
just like-
gosh, I just love that. That was just the best.
Like, just so good.
Yeah.
Like,
And
God,
oh,
keep
the
going.
introduction of Elektra into Daredevil.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really
the
well
only
done.
other version that we've had of her was from the
Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah, it was Jennifer Gardner, and
Yeah.
she was like, as a kid, I thought she was cool.
Right.
Rewatching it as an adult, I was like, this doesn't quite work. And then you see Elektra in the Netflix series, and you're like, oh, she's a boss.
Yeah.
She is a boss. And seeing the dynamic between her and
Right.
Matt, like, they're like the dark side and the light side, the flip side, like,
Right.
they're just so the same but so different at the same time, and I loved seeing that.
And I gotta say, the performance of Elektra by I forget who the actress is.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm trying to remember. I know this stuff,
Yeah.
but it's been such a long
Tatiana
day.
knows these names.
Like, I
This
know
is why we need Tatiana.
Hey, Elodie Young, that's her name.
Yeah.
But her performance is really layered.
Yeah.
Like, of course, you see the first performance, and you think she's like the sexy, international person who might have a little bit of a past. But then it's so layered. You start to peel back the layers as the episodes go back. And I'm like, wow, this is really well done. All the way up to when she died at the end.
Yeah.
Spoiler. Okay, I should have said spoiler alert. But anybody who hasn't watched Daredevil by now, like,
Yeah,
come on,
really.
let's be honest. Let's be honest. But it was really well done. On another note, on Daredevil, I'm going to show you one of my favorite TV moments. And Slim 413 RD in our YouTube stream agrees with me. One batch, penny and dime, with the whole monologue from Punisher and Daredevil. So well done.
Absolutely.
And I was very upset that he was not nominated for an Emmy for that.
Really? I mean, he was so good.
It was so well done. And just like, I had tears welling up in my eyes. I've never seen a performance like that from John Bernthal.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, he was good in Walking Dead, and he's been good and stuff, but this one, I feel like he really embraced what the character was about.
Yeah.
The whole backstory, everything, and why he got the Punisher spinoff coming.
Yeah.
Like, that whole scene was absolutely spectacular.
Totally.
And I understood why Jeff Loeb and Marvel decided to cast him as the Punisher.
Definitely. And that's what I love about the Netflix series is they take time because they have time.
Right.
They have time to have these big monologues and peel back the layers of the characters because they're not super duper rushed.
Exactly.
It's like, we know people are binge watching this. We know we got them for 24 episodes.
Right.
Let's take our time.
Right. Even
Let's
the
take our
Netflix
time.
episodes are shorter. And it's
Yeah.
like, for what they managed to do in, 13, 14 episodes, it's really outstanding.
Yeah.
I mean, in the way that they find showrunners to take off. Like, Cheo Hodari Coker, say what you will about him for Luke Cage, but he was absolutely the right person to be doing the show.
Yeah.
He was so spot on, like, as an African American. Like, I just noticed all these things and all these callbacks in Harlem and all this stuff. I was like, man, this show is the blackest thing that Marvel's ever done.
I know.
And, like, I'm not going to say that's my favorite moment, but one of my favorite things about 2016.
Yeah.
In all. Because it was so well done.
Yeah.
I also think that the end of the season finale for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 3, of when we actually found out who was in the rocket ship with Hive at the end, knowing that it was Lincoln, I was like, okay, I knew it was going to be Lincoln. But the way that they actually kind of stood back, instead of having like a all fisticuffs, all out battle at the end, it was just them reflecting on they need to be together right now because it's basically the end.
Yeah.
And it was so well done and layered. I love layer performances, and that was one of the things that got me.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I know that this wasn't this year, but Jessica Jones, when David Tennant first showed up, because I didn't know he was gonna be in there, and when the moment he started talking, because I know my David Tennant voice, okay, he's my doctor. So when I heard that, I was like, wait, this is David Tennant. That was the biggest mind blow moment of the entire series for me, and it was so good. He was so good. He was so good at being evil that it literally made me forget that he's my doctor. It was so weird.
Right, and it was like, I was like, David Tennant, even like when they announced David Tennant coming to a Marvel series, I'm in!
So good!
Yes!
So good!
But
Love it.
I'm gonna say my last favorite TV moment, and it's not actually TV, is when they announced Sigourney Weaver for the villain of the Defenders.
Yes.
That, I can't even put into words. Like, and I was so pissed that I didn't get to go to New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it! I was like, of course they're gonna say something like this. But I was like watching everything on like the videos from Instagram. I was like, there were like holy S moments, and I was like, yeah. And I had tears in my eyes from my bedroom watching this, and I'm like, mother F, I want to see this. I want to be there, Channing.
Yes.
And I've heard some interesting stuff about her character, and I can't wait to see what they actually do.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing about Marvel that's so great, is they are getting these phenomenal actors to do these amazing performances for these comic book movies.
Right.
And they're doing the layers. They're doing the amazing, incredible layers when you have these amazing, incredible actors playing things that if you like did a summary of some of the things, you would be like, this sounds kind of weird, and you got like Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, and it totally works.
Well, that's a good segue. That's a good segue to Movieverse. Let's get on to it. All right, so elephant in the room. we didn't get to talk about this last week because it came out the day after our show last week.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man Homecoming trailer.
So good.
So
good.
Freaking
It was amazing. It was beautiful.
So Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Oh.
Seeing that,
I mean, it's just
like
so
together
happy.
on
I'm so
the
happy.
big screen, literally my inner fighter was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see this. Like, I was such a child, and my girlfriend was like, what is your problem? I'm like, babe, you don't understand. Like, this is a big deal.
Yes.
So everything about this show was great. Even like, it was very humorous, call back with everything in the music and being a teenager.
Yes.
But then all of a sudden it veers towards the villainous part, and you see Michael Keaton as the Vulture.
Yes.
And he's just basically like, don't cross me. I will kill everyone and everybody you care. I was like, oh,
How
like
wonderful.
Goosebumps.
Yes.
So good.
So wonderful.
So well done. And even the way they opened the trailer of like, hey, you guys aren't the Avengers. I believe it was like Hulk gave it away or something like that. I was just like,
I love it. I love that it's the teenage humor, which is what I talked about last week, is that we're really going to see Spider-Man as an actual teenager, played by an actual teenager.
Right.
It's so good because it's like, yeah, we get some of that teenage humor. We're going to get that high school teenage angst with superpowers.
Right.
And then we got Robert Downey Jr., who's just like, I don't really like kids, but you have powers, and I gave you a suit, so no, I'm not hugging you. Just get out of my car.
It's like, it's not a hug. It's like, I'm letting you out of the car. Go look out there, kid.
And he's so awkward. It's beautiful.
It's so good.
It's so beautiful.
I'm going to say one thing. We'll continue. Guys, comment in the YouTube stream or hashtag Agents of Marvel on Twitter. We definitely want to hear what you guys are favorite Marvel movie moments or TV moments from 2016, and what you guys are thinking about the Spider-Man trailer, because it was like, I'm going to say my catchphrase, it was funky, it was fresh, and I dug it.
Clement approves. Clement approves.
Hey, I need a check mark with a C. Okay, can we get that made? Can someone get that made? Because that needs to be happen. But it was so really well done, and just seeing the emotion there, like immediately when it launched, there were so many YouTube trailer reactions to it.
I know.
Like, just people were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. This is actually happening."
Yes.
And on another note, we need to move on, but they went forward with greenlighting the sequel.
Yes.
So, guys, if you haven't heard, the sequel for Spider-Man: Homecoming will land in theaters July 5th, 2019, which is 2 months after the next Avengers films. The fourth Avengers film drops.
Wow, it's really gonna tie in.
It's
gonna
really
massively
gonna
tie
do
in.
it. Like they were, like Sony and Marvel were so beset with the success of the trailer. Not even a day later, they went on deadline and said, "We're doing this. This is launching this day. The sequel's greenlit."
I'm so happy Spider-Man is coming home.
Exactly.
It's what it is. Spider-Man is truly where he belongs, back in Marvel's hands.
And I'm gonna add another nugget. I was watching Movie Talk with Collider Video. I'm not sure if you watched them, but the leader, the host of there, John Campio, was saying that Marvel and Sony are very pleased on equal sides of how Spider-Man: Homecoming turned out.
Yeah.
Which is very rare to hear something like that in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take it. I'm excited. July 7th. 2017, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Watch it, love it, review it, and come back to watch Agents of Marvel, because we're going to give you funky next year.
Yes!
All right, so let's move on. So there were some interesting statements about Guardians of the Galaxy this week.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of people saying that, accusing Marvel of saying they only wanted to do Baby Groot to sell toys, which is insane. Because if you remember going back to Guardians 1, when after everybody saw the movie, they didn't have any Baby Groot toys. And that was that was one of the really missed opportunities for Marvel. Everybody was calling out for that.
Yeah.
But they didn't know.
Everybody wanted it.
So it's crazy. And Gunjohn says, to be honest, when I was first working on the script for Volume 2, I was planning on it being years after the first movie and for Little Groot to be a grown Groot. But there was something missing. First of all, I thought there was a lot of development the group needed to go through as a group, and it would be a shame for the audience to miss it. And secondly, for whatever reason, Groot just wasn't working. It was then I came upon the idea of having Volume 2 take place very shortly after the first film for Groot to still be Baby Groot with quite a lot to learn.
Yes.
Even though I had already long ago decided on the other characters involved, this change opened up the whole movie for me, and it suddenly all came together.
Yeah.
Like, I trust James Gunn.
Absolutely.
Like, and of course, and anybody in Hollywood, of course, there's going to be marketing stuff like movie. That's how movies make sales.
Yeah.
That's how things become franchises.
Yeah.
To accuse Marvel of doing something like that would be, you have to accuse all of Hollywood to be doing it.
Yeah,
It's completely insane.
And there have been, for sure, way worse times when they have super blatantly just been like, this is just to sell toys. And you're like, yeah, obviously.
Right.
That is so not what I got when I watched the trailer. I was like, Baby Groot, I'm so excited. You already know from last week how I brought in my Baby Groot toy. I am so going to be buying some of these Baby Groot toys because I want them, because I love my Baby Groot so much. So I'm excited. I am not upset at all that there is going to be more Baby Groot toys.
Like, and I'm like, I want a Baby Groot toy.
Always.
I'm mad that I don't have one.
I know.
I was like, one of my friends came over yesterday. It was like, hey, how come you don't have a Baby Groot toy? I was like, because I haven't had time to go out and get a Baby Groot toy. Thank you very much, but I will be buying one. And especially if they have, well, next year, if they have him in the little Ravager's garb, I'm buying that.
Absolutely.
And he with his like tentacle, it's so funky. But there was another statement about the soundtrack this year, which really got me thinking. The second soundtrack is great. I think it's more diverse. This is a quote by James Gunn, and I quote, I continue, I think the first soundtrack had a bunch of songs that maybe you heard but didn't know the name of the song. You didn't know the name of the singer. And this one really has some really incredibly famous songs and then some songs that people have never heard. So it's a much more diverse soundtrack.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it. As a musician, I play bass guitar. I'm like, everything that he did on the first soundtrack, I was just like, I know this song, I know this artist, and this is such a good collection of songs.
Yeah.
It's a good collection of songs without it being Guardians related.
Yeah.
But when you put it in Guardians related and use that as a marketing tool, come on, man. It was like, I'm going to say it, funky.
Yes.
I'm going to keep on saying it, funky. Like,
It
Michael
works.
Jackson and, you know, the Blackhearts on the same album, like, no one would think of that.
See, the thing that's so brilliant about Guardians of the Galaxy is with the soundtrack, it perfectly hits the nostalgia of that era, which also came in that era was Star Wars, which is very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way at all. I love it. I love it. So it totally hits the nostalgia in both parts while still presenting an amazing story with great characters, and it all just ties up perfectly. It's all just perfect.
So good. And I'm really excited. Hopefully the song from the trailer, Fox on the Run by the Sweet, is on the soundtrack.
Yes.
Because, yeah, it was good.
That's getting downloaded.
It was getting good. So, a couple other things before we wrap on movie talk. So, this isn't MCU related, but Deadpool was nominated for 2 Golden Globes this week.
Yeah. Yes!
Amazing!
Always!
Like, okay, if for anybody that's not Hollywood initiated, basically the HFPA or the Hollywood Foreign Press kind of look down on superhero films because they're not, you know, an Oscar Academy Oscar with great dialogue, good cinematography. Not to say that most superhero movies aren't, but this is the general view. Like, they look down upon them. So for Deadpool to get nominated for 2 Golden Globes is a really big success for this movie because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last superhero film that was nominated or had even had a nomination was Heath Ledger for The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So this is amazing. So the movie,
what's so great about the fact that they had, because they stuck so closely to the source material, that it was clearly made by people that were so passionate about this character already, that loved it so much already, and then they created it.
Yeah.
I think that's great because it's like, hopefully what they're going to see is, oh, we should get people that are already very passionate about the source material to now create the new stuff. Instead of what they're probably going to take away from it, which is probably going to be, let's make all superhero movies R-rated. I'm like, that's not why it's so good. It's not because it's R-rated. It's because it was made with passion for the characters and love for the characters.
Exactly. So the movie got nomination from Best Motion Picture Music or Comedy for Deadpool. Yeah. And then Best Actor for Best Actor for Motion Picture Comedy or Musical. Yeah. So, I mean, Ryan Reynolds is like, and he's gonna get a star on the Walk of Fame tomorrow.
Ryan Reynolds, man, Ryan Reynolds.
Wait, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
And he went to take on Twitter, and he says, I quote, "Thank you, Golden Globes. As we speak, the entire Deadpool team is engaged in a grotesque early morning tickle fight." So good.
He is Deadpool, and it's beautiful.
Wait, shout out to Van City Reynolds on Twitter.
Yeah.
All right. So let's keep on moving on. So on that note about Deadpool, Tim Miller finally broke silence on why he left the sequel. Some of it sounds a little suspect to me, but here's what he says. He says, "I just want to say one thing to the geek audience out there because it's important to me what the geeks and nerds of the world think because they are my brothers and sisters. I didn't want to make some stylized movie that was 3 times the budget." He's saying it's not the truth. He says, "I wanted to make the same kind of movie that we made before because I think that's the right movie to make for the character. So don't believe what you read on the internet. I wanted to do the same exact thing." Very interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't know about this because usually there's always two sides of the story, especially in Hollywood, because creative differences, budget arguments, screenwriter, like everything. I'm not sure what to think about this.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the news had already died down why he left after they hired David Leitch to direct. But I think it's good where he's finally coming to kind of voicing what happened.
Yeah.
Especially because he's going to be working on Fox again with Influx, and he's going to be a producer on Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. Which I'm not sure if you heard about, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it was already made on such a budget and was so incredible, which was great. But rewatching it, I look at it and I'm like, wow, if they had to cut a lot of corners, so they couldn't do nearly as much as they wanted. They could only do 2 of the original X-Men.
Right.
They couldn't bring in all the big hitters.
Right.
Like, Ryan Reynolds wants there to bring in Hugh Jackman as Wolverine into the next one, which I would love.
Right.
But that requires a bigger budget. So I'm like, if they had a bigger budget, they can go and hit those crazy out there places that Deadpool just can hit.
But I mean, I wasn't even when Deadpool came out, I wasn't expecting it to do the numbers of a Guardians of the Galaxy, putting in that same realm. The budget was $58 million, and it ended up grossing over $700 million worldwide. Yeah. Worldwide for Deadpool, a movie that was 10 years in the making, never got the green light until someone, which I think might have been Tim Miller, it's rumored, putting the test footage on the internet.
I thought that was Ryan Reynolds. I heard that was Ryan Reynolds.
I heard it was Tim Miller.
Who knows?
The world may never know.
Never know.
I don't know.
But whoever put it up, they sparked the interest in it. And because that was sparked, and people were like, this looks like Deadpool. This sounds like Deadpool. This is Deadpool. Right. It was like, oh yeah, we can actually make this work and have it be workable. Right. People were like, okay, we'll give you the money now.
So I'm happy that it got nominated.
Yeah.
So last part, best Marvel movie moments from 2016. Guys, if you're watching, let us know what your favorite Marvel movie moment of 2016 was. Madison, let's go.
Well, obviously in Civil War, it was the airport scene. I mean, because that
was
so good. Seeing the characters play off each other and then the teammates using each other's strengths to their strengths and then having those heavy hitters go up against each other. And Ant-Man becoming Giant Man was the most amazing thing ever. I was not expecting that, and I literally shouted. Like, in the crowded movie theater, I shouted out loud. I was not expecting that, and it was beautiful.
It was so
good.
Jinx, hey, you owe me a soda. You owe me a Marvel branded Luke soda.
How about some water?
I look down on water. No.
But it makes up half of your body.
Right. Hey. Well, Clement's got a nice body already, but but it was so well done. That was actually one of my favorite Marvel movies this year. I'm gonna say, outside of that, the end credit scene of Doctor Strange with Thor. Yes. And if you haven't seen Doctor Strange, spoilers because come on. But when he was just looking at the glass and it was filming mirror, he wasn't even questioning it. He wasn't even. There was no. He was just like, it's like this is great. I'm like, I'm satisfied.
I don't have to break this glass and go another. It's just. Another's already there.
And it was like, I'm going. It's just like, and that kind of shows you what Thor Ragnarok is going to be about.
I know.
Which I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I love having this amazing star power from very different worlds. It's gonna be Doctor Strange, Thor, and the Hulk. I mean, those are from very different viewpoints, and they're gonna be doing
Loki,
stuff together. And Loki.
And Hela. And Valkyrie, just like, I want to see the first trailer.
So
Marvel, I'm going to make another Clement plea.
Yes!
Please release the trailer for Thor Ragnarok soon, because I want to see what Taika Waititi is doing on this movie.
Oh my gosh.
I am so excited for it.
I don't even know what to expect, but I am in. I'm like, if I could buy my ticket now, I would buy my ticket now. Like, I am in everything Marvel. I am in all the way.
Madison Brunoehler, get him funky in the Stream.TV studio. I love it. I think also a Marvel movie moment is the casting for Black Panther.
Yes.
So diverse, so well done. Like I can't believe they have Ryan Coogler directing a movie. You have Winston Duke, Michael B. Jordan, Denai Guerrero, Lupita Nyong'o, like Angela Bassett, like Andy Serkis, like what are they doing with this movie?
They are having all the best star power.
Like,
Marvel the heavy hitter. We bring in all the best actors now.
Yes, yes. I also got to say with Doctor Strange's the end scene with Dormammu.
Yes.
And he just keep on. It was so creative.
so
He's just
good.
like, Dormammu, I'd like to make a bargain. And it was just like refreshing time. He annoyed the crap out of him to defeat him.
I know.
Like,
it was beautiful. It was so clever. I love
Right.
that it wasn't just, I'm going to punch you a whole bunch.
Right.
It was, I'm going to outthink you on this. It
Right.
was like, yeah, I like it. Give us a smart Marvel
Right.
hero that will outthink you. I love it. And then add magic into it, too.
Right. And I saw when he had the time, we had the time around his wrist, I thought he was going to use the time to reverse what happened to his hands.
Yeah.
Because he had it on the wrist. But it was like, wow, this is really well done and creative.
Yeah.
But let's move on because we want, what, you got one more?
One more thing. But when Doctor Strange was going through the other dimensions and there was a glimpse there of the Ant-Man dimension that he fell through when he got uber small, it was like, ooh, I see that. I caught that. I was smart. I got it. That was so good.
People are still finding Easter eggs about
Yes.
that. So let's keep on going. And I'm going to say one last thing, the Guardians of the Galaxy trailers.
Yes.
That's it. All right.
They're so good.
So
They give you so much, but so little at the same time. It's beautiful. So beautiful.
Madison, you're getting too funky. It's
I'm
getting too
always
funky for
funky.
me.
I'm always funky.
Hey, that's why you're on the show.
Of course.
So we're moving in the comic verse now. So one of my favorite things is R.L. Stein's Secret Marvel project has finally been revealed.
Yeah?
And it's not what you would think. It's
not.
Man-Thing.
Really?
Look at it's Man-Thing. Like,
That
wow.
works.
So you know R.L. Stein, creator of Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up, Goosebumps were my Bibles growing up.
Yeah.
Like, every time I was like, I would bug the crap out of Mom, Goosebumps is out. I want to go get a new Goosebumps book. And she's watching and she knows that, yeah, he annoyed the crap out of me. But, like, having R.L. Stein take this on, I think it's a really creative move.
Yeah. It totally feels like something R.L. Stein would totally do.
Right.
Like, it's on that creepy edge, but also on that plausible edge right there, you know?
Like, just like, so, like, I can't wait to actually read this.
Yeah.
Like when I saw it on my phone or via my RSS feed, and I was like, he's doing Man-Thing?
Yes.
Like, it's gonna be out in March 2017. But him doing this, I really can't wait to see how he embraces this.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I want to see how they're gonna, if they like put in like other Marvel horror icons like Werewolf by Night or Frankenstein,
Yeah.
or just stuff like that. Like,
I think that if they did it, it would probably be for R.L. Stein.
Yeah.
He could make it work.
Yeah,
He could totally make it work.
He could definitely make it work.
Yeah.
Let's keep on going. So there was interesting. Okay, Ghost Rider is very popular this year because of Robbie Reyes.
Right.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So we have a new old Ghost Rider.
Really?
So in the comics, so we have this new one called, her name is Kushala, I think that's how you pronounce it. And basically, she's going to be in Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme, which is on sale today on comic stands. But that's her right there. And
That's
I started reading it,
cool.
and I really dig the artwork. I really dig the lines of how they did it, showing her, okay, this is her Ghost Rider side, and this is her human side.
Yeah.
Like, this is really, really funky
I totally
work.
dig that.
And I gotta say, I am very happy that we have more female Ghost Riders coming out.
Yeah, I mean, I love it just in general because it has such a great history already there.
Right.
Just into the art's not, like, you can clearly tell that this is somebody that is deeply into the mystical side.
Right.
I really like that.
I really dig it. And Tatiana, she was like, Clement, I want to get funky. But this is really good. So the cover artist who did this is Javier Rodriguez. Good, really good artist if you haven't seen his stuff. But like literally, there's not a lot of detail in, like the Doctor Strange like tarot cards that you see there.
Yeah.
But just seeing how she's so front and center makes her perfect for the book.
Absolutely.
And especially putting Ghost Rider or Doctor Strange, we want to see more of that.
Yes.
So, yeah, let's keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what else we got here. So this week's comic releases. We've got 4 instead of 3 this week.
Mm-hmm.
So of course we have Deadpool Back in Black #5,
Yeah.
which really funky. We got Spider-Man on the cover with Deadpool. You can't see it right here, but it's around there. We have Inhumans versus the X-Men, which is interesting because Marvel, Fox,
Yeah.
if you were kind of read into those parallels, that would be very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, someone at Marvel was very upset.
Mm-hmm. Really, it was like, I'm going to vent in a comic book because that's what I do.
Shut up, Madison.
Never.
Okay, next we have Hawkeye #1, which is the debut of Kate Bishop going into her own comic series,
Yes.
her own Hawkeye-led comic series, which
I love
I'm
this
excited.
character.
I'm
I love this character
I
so
was-
much,
I
and
was
she's
like-
such a boss.
I'm like,
Oh,
I
it's so
wanna
good.
read it. I'm like, I'm so mad that I didn't get to read it this morning. I'm like, okay, maybe if I wake up at 5 a.m. and maybe if I, take a 10-minute shower. No. I was like, I got emails, I got text messages
No.
from my mom, I got all these things. It's like, damn it, this is the one thing I wanted to read today. Like,
Now you have something to read before you go to bed tonight. You got a special good night read tonight.
why do you make that sound so dirty?
Because it's comic books. You're welcome.
Camera pan to me real quick. Look at my face. What is this? Like,
That's how I spend most of my
dirty.
nights.
Like,
Is
just this is
curled up
dirty.
with comic books or reading fan fiction. One of the two.
Okay. I'll sell it.
Yes.
I'll buy it. All right.
Yes.
We get it?
Bam.
All right. So the last one is Jessica Jones #3.
Yeah.
So guys, if you have not been reading this series, this is one of my personal favorites. Clement approved personal favorite.
Yes.
Jessica Jones, 1, 2, 3. Read this issue. I saw some of the preview panels. If you like anything about Jessica Jones, if you read the Alien series, if you watched the Jessica Jones Netflix series, this is for you. Please read it. So the last thing we got on Comicverse is these Marvel hip hop variant covers. I'm not sure if you've seen these, but they did these a couple years ago, and they kind of continued the trend. And I really, really love what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
So they had this one where you have a lecture. I'm not sure. Are you familiar with Jay-Z at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Like Jay-Z, American Gangster.
Yeah.
So look at it. You
Yeah.
have American Gangster and you have Elektra. Like,
so good.
this is so good. They also did one of like Kanye West based on the life of Pablo.
Yeah.
And it's about Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So it was like Mighty Captain Marvel #1.
Uh-huh.
You have Elektra #1 over there. Bullseye #1, which is based on Vic Mensa's There's a Lot Going On. I love Vic Mensa. Like, I love how Marvel is in touch with the hip hop side and the black side and everything with Luke Cage. Like, this is so funky and this is so fun. And I wish I was creative enough to think of something like that.
Yeah.
Like, this is so.
I love it.
Like even like the chairs and even like, the title treatment of the name of Jay-Z and Elektra and like Ninja Assassin, just really well done.
I love stuff like that.
I need to approve it. Clement, it's approved. I'm clapping.
Yeah.
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 Major Latimer agrees with me.
Yes.
Anyways, let's keep going on. All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So hero villain of the week. My hero of the week is Slingshot. Elena Rodriguez.
There you go.
Like, she is my hero of the week.
Yes.
Villain. I'm gonna go with. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with actually Iron Man because I was watching Civil War again last night.
Yeah.
And Iron Man in that movie was just like, you're like, he's such a bastard, but at the same time, he's like, man, I want to see more of you. Like, this is really good. Like, he wasn't exactly a villain,
Yeah.
but he was just more of like the antagonist, like on Cap's butt. So
Yeah.
I was like, that was one of my villains of the week. What about you?
Yeah. Well, you took mine because Yo-Yo was going to be my hero of the week too because she is the hero of the week because she is awesome in every way and just, yeah, she is my hero of the week
Yeah.
for sure. And I think for my villain is going to be Deadpool because
Interesting.
he's technically a villain. You can't really he's not really a
It
good
depends
guy.
on what you read. It depends on
Yeah.
what you read and watch with Deadpool.
Yeah.
Because he's very funny and he's a hero and talk, but
Yeah.
he's a straight up villain. Like,
Yeah.
some of the like animated stuff that you've seen him in, he is really despicable.
Yeah.
He is
Like,
really
he's killed people, brah. He's
Right.
killed people.
Right.
Killed people. He is a murderer. He's
Right.
just really funny at doing it.
And the voice actor for all the like Deadpool anime stuff is Nolan North. He's done
Yeah.
like a lot of stuff like Uncharted. I'm sure with the voice acting, Nolan
yeah.
North.
Yeah.
Like Nolan North gives him like this really villainous intent. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
He's like, get funky. Like, just give me goosebumps.
I love him, but for villain of the week, you're gonna be the villain of the week because you're a villain and you're awesome.
All right, let's move on to Agents Check-In.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of good comments.
Yeah.
So Bethany, we first want to see when are they going to bring Hawkeye, Kate Bishop into the MCU? Bethany, I don't know, but I want to see that. I've been actually thinking about that here and there, and I think that would be cool.
They could bring her into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, because they're probably
be
not going to
interesting.
bring Hawkeye,
No.
Jeremy Irons into it
Redder.
because Renner, sorry.
Yeah,
Jeremy Renner. They're not going to bring him into it because he's too expensive.
Right.
So I could totally see them bringing her in and being like, you know, I'm training under him because he's going to retire, you know, right? So I could totally see that happening.
I mean, he's technically retired, but he's still in jail from Civil War. But after that, he's going to be like, okay, screw this.
Yeah.
So I think that would really, really, like, be a good entrance for her into it.
That would be a really fun character.
That would be really good. Good question from Bethany. Thank you, Bethany, for the question. Let's see. Slim, we did mention Slim 414. Why would I have so much problems with his name? He says, did they mention that Iron Fist showrunner is now the showrunner for the Art Inhumans TV series? Yes, we talked about that last week. Scott Buck, who's doing Iron Fist, is going to be doing Inhumans now, which is very interesting.
Yes. I see Slim 413 says their favorite thing is the Cloak of Levitation.
413.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I am totally with you because that thing is so sassy. I love the Cloak of Levitation. I love that thing so much. I am totally with you. That thing rocks. For sure.
Slim also says, Doctor Strange, teach me, quote, Asian one, no. Let's see what else we got.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, Slim, we already talked about John Wick, David Leitch doing Deadpool 2, which I'm excited about. Let's see. Our buddy Andrew isn't in the chat this week, which kind of depresses me.
Oh, no, Andrew. Everybody's missing.
Everybody's
I'm so lonely.
Let's see what else we got here. Pierre says, Maddie looking nice in that Santa Claus hat.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hey, you looking good, but what about Clement? What about me? No, I'm just messing with you.
You have your natural Christmas
My natural
aroma.
Glow.
Yeah,
no,
that's what it is.
Agents of Marvel MVP this week.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You're the MVP this week.
Woo!
All right. Well, Tatiana, we miss you, but I wish you could be MVP too. But I think that's it for all the questions that we have this week. Yeah, guys, this is it. So, guys, this is going to be our final show for the holidays. We're going to go on hiatus, but we're going to be back the second week of January talking about more Marvel stuff because there's sure some stuff that's going to be coming up for the holidays in the new year. So, if you guys don't remember, Spider-Man trailer from the Rogue One this weekend. It's going to be really good. Rogue One is getting a lot of great reviews. Yeah. Go see the movie and go see it for Spider-Man Homecoming. But other than that, Madison, what are you doing for the holidays?
For the holidays, I'm going to go see Rogue One. That's what's up. That's what I'm doing.
Nice.
Yes. I'm going to just sit there repeatedly and just watch Rogue One. That's what's going to happen.
You're just going to be Star Wars out.
I'm just like,
no more Marvel
I'm
references.
just going to duct tape myself to the seat and so they can't make me leave the theater.
You're going to be like, why can't Darth Vader be Ghost Rider? Like, I'm going to be like, Madison Brunoehler, hold on. I don't know. I'm just going to be chilling with my family back in D.C., hanging out. Yep. I'm going to see Rogue One tomorrow night. Yep. Hopefully the Spider-Man trailer will be attached to it. But other than that, it's going to be a really good holiday season, and I'm really thankful for everything that Marvel done for us this year.
Absolutely.
So, guys, that's going to be it. We're going to sign off from the Stream.TV studios in Hollywood, California. Comment during the week, Agents of Marvel, and the YouTube stream after the live video goes away. We want to hear what you guys are saying about all the stuff that we talked about today. And from me, thank you so much for watching us this year. It's been very, very, it's been a lot to me. We're happy to have you guys in the YouTube stream, and hopefully we see you more in the new year and when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. comes back on January 10th. Because LMD's about to get funky. So I'm going to sign off. Madison, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at youtube.com/Maddie to the Max. I do new videos every single Tuesday, and you can have all that time. And I will still be posting videos during the holiday season, so you can get your daily or weekly dosage of Maddie to the Max. And I hope you all have a lovely new year and a happy, happy holidays.
Follower, lover, watcher. And as usual, guys, you can find me at Clement Bryant on Twitter, Instagram, Clement Bryant on Facebook if you guys want to get down on anything Marvel, Star Wars, or even a little bit of DC funky related. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a great holiday season. Keep talking to us because we're going to have a lot to talk about in the new year. And thanks again for watching. And that is going to be it for Agents of Marvel for 2016. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in 2017, guys. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
See you in the new year.